Welcome to this week's DSW Energy Talks. This week we're talking about our favorite brands, and there's obviously a ton of different brands in the solar marketplace. So we only work with brands that we know, like, and trust, and we suggest you do the same. So Jack, I'll pass on to you and let us know what your favorite brands are at the moment and why.
Okay, I think this is a very good question. Also, I think a different company probably have a different brand to work with. As long as you manage well, I think you're nothing wrong with the brand you choose, because eventually you're going to take the reliability, liability, and warranty stuff. Customer eventually going to come back to you. As long as you can handle well, I think different people have a different opinion. So I just based on my experience and then the brand that we work with, I'll pick three brands. So I think based on three criteria, if we choose the brand what to work with together. So first, definitely it's the reliability. We don't want to install the inverter, keep giving you the troubles and problems after 1 year, 2 years, you keep going back to replace the inverter. We did have this experience. That's why I bring this up. So reliability is it's important. And the second thing, this brand have to be in the market, Australian market, minimum 5 years. If it's very, very new brand, we're going to be very careful to choose to work with together, because they haven't got a good history to make sure they have the good tech support. The number three, I would say it's the the tech support have to be good. Some brands you have some tech support, tech issues, and you have to back to the manufacturer. Some brands, they just take a couple days or even couple weeks to get it back to you. Then you, as a retailer in the middle, customer push you and you can't get it back to them. They feel very bad. At least for us, because we want to solve the problem for customer quickly. So that's why we care the speed, get it back to us. So based on these three criteria, I would choose three brands. I think it's about the battery system, okay? Because the panels, from my understanding, Longi, Jinko, they're all Canadian, they're all quite similar. But the battery, they do have more issues compared to the solar panel. The first one, I would say, I would choose Solex. Probably people say, yeah, Solex is not a good brand, but we've been working together more than 3 years. We've put a system, more than 1,000 system, lots of battery system for the commercial side, for the resi side, and I got a Solex battery at my house. It's been working 3 years, nothing happening, working very smooth and flawless, which I'm very happy with it. So they give us very quick updates if anything happen, support and technical part. Also, they have a technician on each state. If we have any questions, any problem, even they can send their technician on site to help us solve it out. The second one, I would choose Sungrow. Sungrow being Australian market more than 10 years. They've been very good regarding the reputation, tech support. So we're pretty happy with that. And then the last one, I would say SIG Energy. They're very new products in the market, but they have like a DC charger, bi-direction charger. The looking of the design, it's just great. So that's why we choose SIG Energy to work with together. And we've put more than 50 SIG Energy battery system, and then customer all happy. We're happy with the tech support, with everything. So that's my pick.
Awesome.
Mine are very similar. Sorry, Mark, go ahead.
That's all right. No, I was just going to say awesome, thank you. I was going to pass on to you, but you've already grabbed the baton, so run with it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll reverse it, but SIG, I think, is a big win for the industry. I think it's a company that's really studied battery tech, over the past 10 years or so at a consumer level. and they've taken those learnings and really moved them forward. And I think they've pushed the product where others have been a bit scared to do so. But they've created, they've almost got a little bit of a cult following already. So in the past, brands like Enphase have definitely managed to do that, and Tesla to some degree, but Tesla's flooded the market, not just in home batteries, but in automobiles, and also can be quite controversial. So people don't necessarily want to associate themselves with things like that. So I feel like SIG is maybe falling in line with that really high-end premium product. But the thing is, Enphase is a really good example of that again. But more cost-effective and more bang for your buck. Like, you can really build out some incredible systems. Small, medium, large, single-phase, three-phase. 12 kilowatt DC, 25 kilowatt DC. There's a lot of flexibility there that can be done, and people, especially the engineers and the IT boffins, they're just going to be drawn to that because they love tech, they love the inbuilt AI. So while they maybe don't meet the time criteria, there's certainly, they're leading the market, honestly, and they've come in strong, and they're supporting their product, which is why they're getting a lot of attention. Solax, I don't really have too much more to add there from Jack, except I do want to say that they are not newcomers. They're almost groundbreakers. Like, they've been in the Australian market 10 years. The first battery I ever sold back in 2017 was a Solax. And they've just continually evolved the brand, the product. And really, we could really say everything that I just said about SIG, about Solax, except maybe it's just a little bit more mum and dad, everyday folks. They want a solution. They really actually don't care about brands. They just want to get rid of the pain, get rid of their power bills, and do it with something that they can basically forget about. And the only time they're reminded is every 3 months when they get a zero on the credit bill. On their power bill. So I think Solax is a great option and does, as Jack said as well, incredible flexibility. Very, very simple stuff, single phase, three phase, but then we can go off grid and we can build something crazy, or we can do commercial stuff. So big tick there. Probably underrated. And the keyboard warriors will sledge it probably in 2 seconds, because you can find bad stuff. Well, you can find bad stuff about anything on the internet. Like anything, I think it's about the relationship and the company you deal with, probably the biggest factor there. The other one I want to mention is, actually, I do want to talk about a panel manufacturer. I do want to talk about Longi. And I want to do that for a reason, because as the industry's progressed, we've certainly had a lot of brands that people would remember and people wouldn't remember, right? Big ones, LG. But there's been some big drop-offs, yeah? Big high-end companies that aren't in the race anymore. LG's been there the whole time. They've been manufacturing now for 20-odd years. They are the market leader. They're completely vertically integrated. They can afford to do all of their own research and development and create a product without restriction. And I think they're doing that, and they're incredibly financially backable as well. So from a customer standpoint, from a support standpoint, they're going to be there to look after their customers now and into the future. And they've just provide a really, really great value product. And even yesterday, just talking to Jack about a job we just completed, even before I spoke to Jack, the comments I was getting from my customer about how good this Longi system looked, he just couldn't believe it. And there's been multiple comments about that since then. So just a really super high grade product, but it is still affordable. It's not untouchable. You can put it on, you can actually attach it to, budget system if you want, or you can attach it to high end. But yeah, just something I'm really passionate about, and I've had good, strong dealings with them over the last period. So yeah, that's probably my three. Yeah, that's it for me.
Awesome, thank you for sharing. And just wrapping up a little bit, if you're new to the solar game and you're overwhelmed by all the brands and the choices, what advice would you give to someone who's fresh in the market? I mean, the first thing that's coming up to mind is just listening to you and Jack speak, is the depth of knowledge that you, as the sales consultants or the professionals, have. It sounds like it's probably a good idea to actually have a conversation with whichever company you're speaking with or consultant you're speaking with, as opposed to just try to do a deep dive on yourself on YouTube. What do you think?
Yeah, easy. You just need to find someone you can trust.
Right.
It's really simple. But
Yeah.
that might not be easy, but conversation with someone and they seem credible and believable. And what that person is saying to you as a consumer, if that makes sense, if that resonates, I think that's got to be step one.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Definitely, the consumer gonna find the people you can trust. I would add a little bit extra for that. As I said at the beginning, different company probably they have a different brand to work with. They prefer the brands. It's all about like the relationship you build with the manufacturer. So as long as you choose the brands, like I say, more than 5 years in the market, big company, and also if the retailer can prove or can show you how they can look after their clients, what kind of relationship they build with the manufacturer, like us, Solex, okay, we are the premium retail partner in Australian markets. For the residential market and also for the CNI, we got rewarded. So that's the one of the side we can prove we are very familiar with their products and we're selling lots. Like Long E panel, we win the 2024 reward for the premium retailer installing Long E panel, which meaning we handle installation. Our installer are familiar with the Long E products, and also we are Rising Star Award with the SIG Energy. Okay, so this is a proof you have a good relationship with the manufacturer. Your installer are familiar with the products. Once anything happen, you can quickly get a support from them. And also we have the system, all the system will link to the installer accounts. We have a people to check the system pretty much every day for our customer. And also we have a dedicated service group with the manufacturer. We can prove to our customer, look, this is how we do our service, how we do our support to make sure the job after installation, anything happen, we can look after them. So the customer, to choose the retailer to work with, if they can prove this kind of information, and then I think that give you like confidence to go with them. That's my suggestion.
Yeah, perfect. That makes a lot of sense. I think there are probably a lot of suppliers out, or not suppliers, but solar retailers out there who don't have quite as strong relationships with their suppliers and manufacturers, and I think that's something that consumers need to really look for as an added layer of trust and credibility.
Yeah.
And one thing, like even with our Solex product, we offer our DSW care program. We guarantee for our customer anything happening, we promise fix the issue within 3 business days. We can't fix the 3 business days, then we offer the customer compensation on the day 4 until the system back to work. In solar and battery industry, no one actually offer this. 3 business days, it's incredibly short and quick. The reason we can guarantee this because the relationship we build with the Solex, we can use in the new unit, replace the inverter, if anything happening, the quick support, then eventually it will benefit for our customer. Customer will be looked after.
Yeah. So basically what Jack is saying is that we're the best. Well, Jared, you had something you wanted to add? Sorry, Jack.
No, I'm okay, mate. Thanks. No.
All right. Jack, did you have anything else you wanted to add before we wrap up?
Yeah, I think we just try to say, do the right thing for the industry, do the right thing for our customer. You have the choice to choose what brand you work with. As long as you deliver the good thing for customer, look after your customer. That's the most important thing, I would say.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate the perspectives, very insightful. And to listeners or watchers, if you have any further questions, please feel free to leave any comments just down below or reach out to us directly. We're always here and happy to help. So thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
See you next week.
Jack.
See you next
See ya.
week.
Bye.
Perfect.